Hey everybody, Jig Time Gal, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these beautiful paper flowers. They can be any color, any style, any shape. All you need is some flower punches, some cardstock, some hot glue, and some dyes, ink dyes. They'll look really pretty and delicate. You can make them with pattern paper like these. Glitter paper, plain paper, and you can ink the edges with a little bit of gray or silver or black. Give them a little Doland effect. Here's another glitter paper. And you can make them really pretty. You can make them really pretty and really standoutish. Really pretty. We're going to show you how to make these today. So if this is something that you would be interested in, we're going to pull you down on the desktop and we're going to show you how they're done. So come along with me and we'll get to it. I originally got this idea from a girl named Diane Dimnich, and she taught me how to make these paper flowers. So I'm going to give her full credit for this tutorial and how to make them. And if you want to go over to her channel and give her some love, I'll put her name down here in the bottom of the screen so you can know how to spell her name. I'll also link her tutorial for this flower in the description box below so you can go check out her channel, give her some love and give her some credit for this tutorial. And she will show you how she did the flowers and how she does it on her channel. So if you want to go over there, that would be great, and show her some love to her idea, and she was the original brainchild for this project. So I will give her full credit for the tutorial today. Thank you. Okay, here we go, folks. You're going to need some punches. I have a lot here to choose from. We have some 5-petal punches. I think this is a petunia. It's just a regular 5-punch. I think this is a daisy, possibly. I'm not sure for sure what these are, and they don't say on the dies what they are on the punches. But this one here is an EK Success. This one's an EK Success. This one is a Stampin' Up. You can get the Stampin' Up from StampinUp.com, or you can get them for eBay. You can get the EK Successes from Amazon or eBay, possibly. This one here is a 6-petal punch. This is from EK Success. This is a EK Success, or this is a Stampin' Up punch, 6-petal punch. This one here is a 8-petal punch, and this is from Fiskars. It's like a clamshell type. This is also a clamshell type. I'm not sure what kind this is for sure. It could be a Studios from Hobby Lobby, and it is a 9-petal punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-petal punch. And they are 2-inch punches, I believe. And these are the punches that I've used today. I've used them all on pattern papers. I've used them on white papers, white 110-pound cardstock, and on, I think they were 85-pound colored cardstock from Walmart. I'm not sure what brand they were. But these were the punches that I used today. And I the big one. And I've used them all to punch out. I've already pre-punched out a whole bunch of them. But what you're going to need, I'll put it on the the screen here. If you have a 5-petal punch, you're going to need to punch out 4 punches of petals, 4 punches. If it's a 6-petal, you need 5 punches. If it's a 7-petal, you'll need 6 punches. If it's an 8-petal, you'll need 7 punches. If it's a 9-petal, you'll need 8 punches. If it's a 10-petal, you'll need 9 punches. If it's an 11-petal, you'll need 10 punches. And if it's a 12-petal punch, you'll need 11 punches. So you need one less punch than how many petals that it has in order to make your flowers. You're going to need a silicone mat or a Teflon mat in order to pull a bunch of hot glue on in order to assemble your flowers. I have the silicone mats, but I have a Teflon mat as well. I got the Teflon sheets off of Temu. You're going to need a hot glue gun and some hot glue sticks. I have my Gorilla Glue glue gun with Gorilla Glue sticks. You're going to need a 3/4 inch punch in this style to punch a hole in the middle of your flowers, like this. If you do not have this punch, I will show you an alternative method of making the holes in the middle of them with a paper hole punch, a standard paper hole punch. I will show you how to use this if you do not have this. I will show you how to use this. But you'll need one or the other in order to make those holes in the middle today. But this will go a lot faster and smoother for you if you have this. And this is a 3/4 inch punch. You could also do a 1/2 inch punch. I'm sure that will work as well. But I have a 3/4 inch. You're going to need a bone folder to curl the edges of the petals to make them look more realistic and lifelike. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need inks, pigment inks, distressed by Tim Holtz. Distressed inks will be fine. You can use those as well. You can use these kind of ink pads. This is a silver, gold, brown, gray, and black in here. These are the colored pigment inks. You can use those. And I think that's it. You're going to need your colored cardstock. If you're going to use color, you can use white cardstock and then flick the edges of the paper with ink to ink it up and give it some color. You can use pattern cardstock with glitter. I have some examples here of some cardstock with glitter. They have some glitter on them. I have some, well, the white cardstock we're going to do a little later, but I also have some patterned cardstock, just patterned. I have some that are embossed, and they have a texture to the pattern. You can't really see it too well, but you can see it's kind of patterned, like embossed. I emboss papers. I have papers with patterns on them. Some with glitters on them. Just whatever tickles your fancy. Whatever papers you want to use. You can use regular cardstock papers, and you can ink the edges and make them more colorful with different colors or the same color ink or whatever. We're going to do it all here today. I'm going to show you how to do it all. So the first thing you're going to need to do is punch out your punches. So, for instance, if we're going to do a 5-petal cardstock today, we'll start with this one. Here's this red. So it's a 5-petal cardstock, so we're going to need 4 petal punches. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need 4. Now, normally you would take this upside down like this, and you would put your petal in like this and gauge where the middle of it is. But since this is the hole in the middle is too small for this punch, we're going to take this. And you're going to punch a holes in the middle of it so that it does not break the flower, but you have a hole in the middle so that the hot glue can ooze through the middle of the flower so you can put it together. So you're going to go in here and you're going to punch so carefully holes in the middle and make them adjoining like so. So you have a hole in the middle of your flower, but it doesn't break in between. And you're going to do that to each one of your flowers, trying so carefully not to break the flower. And you can do this with all your flowers with this paper hole punch. It just takes you a little more time, and you have to be so careful. But you can do this to all your flowers if you do not have the 3/4 inch paper punch. Okay, then what you're going to do after you have your holes in the middle, you're going to leave one plain, flat. Then you're going to take one and you're going to cut the petal like this. You're going to cut it and you're going to leave it. Then you're going to take one and you're going to cut one petal completely out. So you have this. Then you're going to take the other petal and you're going to cut 2 petals out. So you have this. So what you're left with here is you have one petal, 2 petals, 3 petals, 4 petals, one that's cut and one that's whole. So what you're going to do then is you're going to take your bone folder, and you can do this either before or after you punch the hole in the middle. You can do it before or after. You're going to take your bone folder and you're going to crimp the edges. You're going to fold them like you would do like a paper streamer or a paper ribbon, and you're going to make it fold like it would crimp over, like a realistic flower would bend over. But you need to do this very carefully so that you're not pulling too hard, because see, I just broke the flower. I broke the flower. That's no good. So now I have to go punch me out another petal out of that flower. You have to be oh so careful when you do this. Okay. You're going to need a glue stick. What you're going to do is you're going to leave the whole one there. You're going to put glue on one of the petals, and you're going to fold the petal over onto the other side and push it down to adhere the glue, and then you have this. It's going to make like a little cone shape. You're going to grab the other one, put some glue on it, fold it over, push the petals onto each other, push down, and then you have this shape, like a little cone. You're going to do that to each one of your petals. Fold it over, push down, and you may need a pencil or a pen or something to push down into the middle of your flower and help to shape it, and to push down and push against the pencil
to help adhere the glue. So then you have this. Now with your 2 and your 1 petals, what you're going to do is you're going to put glue on it, and then you're going to roll it upon itself completely. And then you're going to put your pencil in and push against it and roll it to adhere. So you're going to end up with a little cone like this. Same thing with the one petal. You're going to roll it upon itself. Push your pencil or pen down in it and roll it to adhere it. And that's going to form your little bud. Okay, once you have all your pieces together, you're going to take your silicone mat or your Teflon mat, and you're going to pull up a big pile of glue. Then you're going to take your 5 petal punch that has not been cut, and you're going to place it down right in the middle of the glue, and then you're going to poke around the edge and allow that hot glue to push up through your hole. Then you're going to take the next biggest petal and stagger it so that the petals are staggered, and push it down in. Take your next biggest petal, stagger the petals, push it down in. If you need to and you find out that the glue is not pulling up through the hole very well, you may need to add some glue, some hot glue. That's fine. Push the petals in. I'm going to need to add some glue. Make sure they're all getting pushed down nice and evenly and getting pushed down into the glue. And here comes your little bud. Your bud goes into the middle of, it is very important that you leave a gap in that second petal that you can fit the little bud down into. And there you go. There's your flower. Now let's do another one. Let's do another 5 petal punch. This time we're going to ink the edges, so you can see what it looks like to be inking the edges. And we're going to go ahead and crimp the edges after we ink it. We're going to ink it first. So we're going to take, let's take this teal color. You're going to take the petal and take your ink and hold it perpendicular and flick, 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 flick the edges. Like so. Flick the edges. This is a 5 petal punch, so we need 4 petals, right? Yeah, 4 petals. I have 5 petals. I need that last petal. Now we're going to crimp the edges. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how this punch works. You hold it upside down and you slide in your petal. Maybe we shouldn't have crimped the edges till after we... Yeah, we should have cut them before we crimped them. We have to use this. You need to cut the middle out before you crimp the edges because it won't fit into the thing right. But this is fine. We're doing it this way. Okay. Leave one hole. Cut one. Cut one petal out. Cut two petals out. Okay. Put a little glue. Fold it over. Push it down. There's your first. Put a little glue. Fold it over. Push. There's your second. Put a little glue. Fold it over. Use your pencil if you need to. And push. Here's your next one. Put a little glue. Roll it upon itself, making sure there's a gap. So that you can fit the one petal down in it. Last one, put a little glue, roll it upon itself. There's your bud. Okay. Put a full hot glue. Put the one down that wasn't cut. Push around the edges to push the glue through the hole. Put your next one. Stagger the petals. Put your next one. Stagger the petals. The next one. Stagger the petals. The next one, push them down in the glue good, put your bud in, and voila, you have a flower. Very pretty. They're stunning. Okay. Let's do a pattern paper one. And this one is the 9-hole punch. So this one's going to be a little different. You have one that's whole, you haven't cut. One you have cut, eight petals, 7 petals, 6 petals, 5 petals, 4 petals, 3 petals, 2 petals, 1 petal. So, same principle. Take the one that's cut, put a little glue, fold it over. There's your first one. Same thing, fold them over. You're just going to have more petals to work with. It's going to be a full of flower. I believe the 3 you're going to have to kind of fold up on itself as well. Yeah, the 3 you got to fold up on itself a little bit, like you do with the 2 and the 1. I don't think we're going to be able to fit the 1 in. No, we're not going to be able to fit the 1 in. Look how tiny that 2 is. We can try, but I think it's going to be no-go. Well, I kind of got it to work. It's itty bitty though. Itty bitty. Okay, let's try to assemble this. Let's get us a big pile of hot glue. Stick our flower in. Push down around the edges. Put the hot glue and pull it up through. Do the next one. Do the next one. Stagger the petals. Do the next one. And the next one. And the next one. And the next one. Keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. There we go. Very intricate. Very pretty. That was a 9 petal punch. Let's try a 7-hole punch. No, is this 7? This is 8. This is 8. We'll try an 8. So we leave one hole. We cut one. We take a petal out. Take 2 petals out. We take 3 petals out. We cut one in half. Okay. Now I've already crimped the edges. So we're going to go ahead and piece this one together. Put this one down. Poke it. Oh, phew, we forgot to put it together. Oh my goodness. Let us hurry. Put this one, stagger it. Put this one, stagger it. Hush, please! go. There's that one. Pretty, so pretty. Okay, so we have done a 9 petal. We've done a 3 petal or 4 petal. No, 5 petal. We've done a 5 petal, a 9 petal, a 8 petal, and a 5 petal. So let's do a 6 petal, and then I will start piecing these together rapidly, and we'll do it on a time lapse and put it to music, and I'll just start putting them together like crazy, and we'll get these all put together on the desktop, and you can see how it's done, and we'll go from there. So this here is a 6 petal punch, this one here. And we're going to go ahead and put this together. Here's the whole piece. There's one that we cut in half. We folded it over and glued it. Use your pencil when you need to help form the petals. Glue them, fold them over, pinch them to adhere the glue. Form your little petals. With the 2 petals and the 1 petal, roll them over upon themselves. Make your little bud. Make sure you're leaving room in your 2 petals to put the bud in. Make sure you're leaving a little hole to do so. Here we go. We're going to put this 6 petal punch together. Put your hole down that you did not cut. Poke it around and let the glue roll up, go up in between the hole. Stagger your petals. You need to put glue in. Put extra glue in if you need to. Make sure they're all pushed down in there good so that they're not going to go anywhere and that they get adhered really well. And there you go. Make sure they're all even, not slumping over or anything. Do it while the glue is still hot so that they're a little pliable and you can move them around a little bit. And there you go. So here's what we have so far. 5 petal, 5 petal, 9 petal, 8 petal, 6 petal. They look very pretty. Okay, now I'm going to do a bunch of them, and we'll pull these off first. You simply just peel them off like you would a sticker or something. They're nice and flat on the bottom. Then you have a nice area for you to glue or adhere them to your projects, and nice flat surface so you can adhere them to anything. So just peel them back. They peel off the Teflon or the silicone mat very easily. Oh, that one's still wet. That's what we just did. I'm sorry. That's still not cooled yet. This one's fine. This one's fine. Isn't that one cool?
these are the flowers we've made today. These flowers here we've made with this punch, a five flower petal punch. And this was from an EK Success punch, available at eBay and Amazon, I believe. These flowers we made with this petal punch. It's a 6-petal punch, also EK Success, available at Amazon and eBay. These 2 flowers we made using this punch. This is from Stampin' Up, available at eBay and stampinup.com. These 3 flowers we made with this punch. It's an 8-petal punch, available at Joann Fabrics, possibly Hobby Lobby and Michaels, and online. And it is a Fiskars. These flowers we made today with this punch. I purchased this punch at Hobby Lobby. I do not know if it is at Michaels or Joann Fabrics or online, but I purchased mine at Hobby Lobby. And I believe it is a Paper Studio, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think it might be a Paper Studio. These last 2 are my favorites. We made these today using this punch. This is a Stampin' Up punch, available at eBay and stampinup.com, and it is a 6-petal punch. And they make very pretty flowers. The nice wrinkled edges, make very pretty flowers. And last but not least, we made these flowers with this punch. And this is a EK Success punch, available at Amazon and eBay. And these, I think they look the most like roses. And that's why I like them so much. They look a lot like roses. And as you can see, we made a ton of flowers today. And it didn't take long. I think setup is the longest that it takes. Once you get everything together and start working on them, the time just flies. You make them so quickly. They don't take much effort, just a little time and some patience. And you make tons of them, and you have them in your stash whenever you need them. Whenever you need them for a little project, you pull them out, and there they are. I love to do embellishments in my spare time. It gives me such satisfaction to know that I have them in my stash whenever I need them, and I pull them out, and there I have them for whatever I need them for. A little craft that I'm doing, a little project I'm doing, and I have them just ready on hand whenever I need them. It's just great. It's just a great feeling to have. I'm showing you a lot of different things to do, flowers and butterflies and things like this to have in your stash recently. I like to give my fans and my subscribers something to do in their spare time, something that they can whip up and have ready when they need to. I like to make sure you guys have ideas and things to do when you're not busy and you want to craft and have things to do. And I think that's great. I think it's great that I give you guys ideas and things to do in your spare time. It gives you guys something to do. I like to keep you guys busy, keep your mind going, and keeps you guys busy. So if all that being said today, I hope that I have enticed you into doing something creative with your mind today and gave you something to keep you busy. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have great days to come. You all have a great day, everybody. Take care of yourself. We'll catch you on the flip side.